Welcome back to Boomer's Playground, and today we'll be going over exercise 55 of the Colt Steele Web Developer Bootcamp on Udemy. So this is going to be another one where we're grabbing elements from the HTML and we're just changing things on them. So per usual, they've given us some markup, which is awesome. We don't really care because this will probably tell us what it is. So select the div with the ID of container. So we'll do, yeah. I really like to do the pseudocode, but we'll just do it anyways. Grab element with ID of container. All right, we're gonna set text alignment to center, and then we're gonna grab the image with JS, and then we will set width to 150 pixels. Then number 5, we will set border radius to 50%. All right. So first things first, we'll just grab the container, and we'll do document. And so it specifically says it has an ID, so we could do get element by ID and do container. I don't know, there's probably a performance difference, but I don't know if it's actually there. So if somebody does know, leave it in the comments. I would love to know if that's the case. I always just use query selector because then I can just use any CSS, right? So this is, the hashtag or the pound sign means ID. A period means class. So we know it's got an ID of container. So now we have that. And then it wants us to do text alignment to center. So I'll set text align to center in JS. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? All right, so we're getting the element, and then we're doing dot style, and we're doing dot text align. You'll see that this is camel case instead of kebab case or Pascal, or no. Yeah, I think it's kebab case. So, all right, well, let's see if that works. All right, so we have container dot style dot text align, and we're going to settle that to center. And I don't know, was that? Okay, yeah, so it does look like that's working. So I don't know if you saw that I love trees moved from the left to the center. So that looks good. Then we can do grab the image, and we'll just do the same thing. Dot query selector. We'll just do the image because that's a tag, and that's the only one in there. And what do we need to do here? We need to set the width of the image. So we'll do style dot width, and it's 150. And then we can do style dot border radius. So when you're doing JavaScript, what you'll notice a lot is if in JavaScript or if in CSS you would have done border radius, you're likely going to do this. Same with like the text align. This is it's this way in CSS, but because we're using JavaScript, we're doing the camel case there. So. Okay, so this should work, but this is not a circle like it should be. Oh, and even here it even says, remember to use the camel case property names in JavaScript. So pretty much exactly what I just told you, but you guys already know that. All right, so what am I missing here? So we got the image dot style dot border radius. That'll be 50%. And that's not what we were looking for. Well, that's... Oh, I bet you this has to be a string too. Okay, yeah, so because this one was failing, it didn't even get down to this bottom one. So that looks kind of like what we're looking for. So let's see if that solution checks out. And awesome. So this is a good example of how you can grab an element and then, yeah, you can do some styling to it. If you want to do that programmatically or dynamically, you don't necessarily have to do that in the CSS files. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys learned something today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next exercise.